and kind of a smiley little dude. And the textures there, I'm all about the texture. And throwing any sort of, we try to keep the background relatively simple and monochrome. Some bright colors in the foreground. And daughter is over here. She's already moving along with hers with the close up of the face. But yeah, while we are waiting for Judy to show up, we've got Mr. Richie Bulldog doing a chill set of music. And this is going to give us all a chance to kind of get rolling on our paintings, get it situated, whatever mediums we're working in. And after Judy shows up, we will all start hopping on a group Zoom call. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, cold records on the wall. All right, do we have my sound also, or is it just music? Okay, all right. Yeah, we've never experimented with this. Let's try turning the music down just a little bit. We're trying to figure out a way of getting some music into these long sync sessions. Maybe stuff that's singing in it is a little bit too much while we're trying to converse.
Yeah, I can have some more instrumental.
Yeah, more atmospheric. Yeah, we're trying to find the right combination, because sometimes on these long paint jam sessions, we get to a point where there's long gaps in the conversation.
Via satellite.
I'm really shaking.
Sea Turtle Sunday. All right. I got you.
I guess you could swing around and work on that table. I'm just working in acrylic tonight because it's a little bit more of an illustrative subject matter, I guess you could say. And oils, I think, are a little bit too expressive for what I'm doing here.
Okay, and if you have any requests, let me know. I'll send them on over.
Okay, yeah, and actually, that goes for anybody who might be in the chat room too. We're just figuring out this music tape. Yeah, okay, Richie here's the instrumental-ish request, but yeah, I'm curious to know if anyone out there has any requests. And speaking of, we'd love to hear from you. Anyone who's in the chat room right now, let us know where you're tuning in from. And later on, once we get rolling a little bit more, we'll post the Zoom link. You guys can start joining us. Bye. So,
okay, Melissa's getting set up. Chris Hope.
Right on. Some of those. So yeah, some of you may have heard Judy Parker's name before, and she's been around forever, really well-established San Diego artist. But the famous Cherry Creek Flash from back in the day, some of you may have tattooed Cherry Creek Flash, and he was the one that did a lot of that stuff, a lot of the most iconic stuff.
That's right. It's the warm up.
Fawn's hopping on board here.
Right on. Hey, Fawn. Yeah. I'm looking forward to her and Jordan visiting here next month. This month, I pretty much took off from tattooing to focus on this other stuff. But yeah, another session on that back piece next month. And we're probably going to end up doing one of the Tattoo Collectors podcasts while he's getting tattooed, which should be a blast.
Be good. I've got a client coming from the state, so I won't be able to come.
Seth Love won.
Oh, really?
But yeah, but it'll be okay. We might maybe check it.
Yeah, maybe you could join virtually or something like that.
On the equipment all the time. Okay.
Get situated. Fawn, can you turn sideways? Bingo. Much better.
Change everything.
Yes.
They don't really make noise. I'm gonna say what up to Fawn from the Tattoo Collecting Podcast.
The tattoo collecting.
That's right. We're trying something new. Working it out.
We caught that. That was the right title, right?
Yeah.
Close enough. Tattoo Collectors Podcast, right? But yeah.
Tattoo collecting podcast.
Oh, is it? Okay. Actually, Richie got it right and I got it wrong. Yeah, and that, for anyone who hasn't tuned into that yet, it's a really cool idea because so much of the programming that you see about tattooing is focused on artists, and which is great, of course. I love all that content, but it's nice to have some things that are directly aimed at people who are, especially people who are kind of like getting ready to start like the bigger collecting, the more serious commitments on their bodies. And so they can really hear some stories from people who've been there and, you know, good ways to approach it and all that stuff. And so that's Thursdays, correct?
Yep, Thursdays at noon.
Who am I thinking?
Okay, Kyle.
Who ruined it? Oh, okay, I started with something now. I ruined it.
Okay, Kaya. We're not going to do that.
But I ruined it. With the squid. Actually, I had some holes to it, and then I ruined it.
You know what? Use white. Remember, it's paint. You can easily bring it back. All right, and for those of you who have not done a lot of painting yet, and you know the struggles involved with that,
That's right. Here
remember that it's paint. You can keep going over it till it looks right. Don't get discouraged. This is not a tattoo.
maybe a little more appropriate. We are working.
Can you guys hear the music still?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Now you guys are flying. Okay, so you two are featured. And
I think that we actually have a good balance with the volume and being able to talk, and it's actually working out. I guess Chris will be hopping on when he's done getting set up. And eventually our mystery host, Judy, will be joining us. I'm kind of following the opposite of how I often paint, where I've got the gray tinted canvas. I'll tint things gray and then lift out the highlights first. But I just felt like doing it this way. I think I'll get a little bit brighter blues and yellows without following that approach. I like to give this very high color contrast.
Let me hit my mute.
Faster acrylics dry in the winter time.
Your call has been forwarded.
Okay, what are you looking for? Color.
Hero Rob.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Illinois, zooming in. Uh-oh. That's right. Any painters want to join the Zoom? If you're a painter and you want to join the Zoom, what's the link, bro? Tell me what the
Quite a
link.
bright yellow. I think
What we sipping? We sipping on some scissor. You know we sipping. You know we sipping. Here we go.
Rob, hey, you made it. What's up, man?
Hey, hi, Judy. Hi, kid.
Oh, Judy's
Hi,
here.
John.
Judy made it.
Hey, it's on.
Hey, what's up, Rob?
All
Little
right.
How you doing, Judy?
Judy Parker's in the house.
Sea Turtle Paint Night. Let's go. Good vibes only. Sponsored by Hustle Butter Deluxe.
So, Judy, just so you know, hey, can we get the music turned down just a tiny bit? Yeah, I thought that I had one of those Hobby Lobby 5x7 ovals, and I didn't. It was a circle, and I want to make sure I'm in the right format. So,
Sea Turtle Sunday Paint Night.
yeah. So I'm painting it on canvas, and I'm going to transfer it onto one of those guys, and you'll never know the difference. It'll be a completely convincing. Look like I actually painted it on the wood thing, but yeah. Whoops. But I haven't been running around to the hobby stores and places like that lately. Staying in.
Dove Day is happy to be here. There's the link, reinventingthetattoo.com. Zoom link in chat. That's where it's going down. We're providing the music for it. Reinventingthetattoo.com. Check it out right now. Open it up in the side. That's right.
This is Food for Life 50 from Extreme County.
All right, we got an echo going on.
Tavon's watching. Hey, Tavon.
Right.
Let's listen to the music.
Tavon's about to join in. That's right. Reinventingthetattoo.com. Zoom and chat and link. Sponsored by Hustle Butter Deluxe. Connor Foley says hello to everybody. Hey, what's up, Connor? Now we're cooking with gas.
Looks like Judy's searching for references. That was me about 20 minutes ago.
Native tongue in the building, thank you.
This is scary too.
That's right, that link once again is reinventingthetattoo.com. There's a Zoom link. Click the Zoom link, get involved. If you're a painter, you're an artist, you need to be there. I'm telling you, do yourself a favor. Hustle Butter Radio, look what we do for the people.
Hey Judy, could you rotate your phone sideways?
Half an hour, they going live.
Guy, I'm talking to her right now. She's got looking to get volume right now. I'm trying to get her to turn her phone sideways.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Judy, your mic is off too.
And then Gabe, once we've got people in the room, I'd love to find the right volume of the music. I'm pretty sure there's got to be a place in the middle there.
Keep coming back till somebody remembers seeing Richie.
Yeah, I could go down like one or two more from here.
If you're seeing this on the Zoom and you like what you're checking out, make sure to follow us on Periscope, yet another application. That's right, Hustle Butter Radio. Tatiana Dasha, our first date, let's go.
All right, here's some white. Here's the blue. And you can mix a medium blue also to create a nice blue gradient effect. Well, that's what I'm thinking right about now.
Yeah, that feels good. by Hustle Butter Deluxe. That's right. #1 vegan, cruelty-free tattoo care, skincare, life care product in the world, in the galaxy, in the multiplex.
So, Judy, I don't know if you can click on some buttons and make your microphone work.
It's DJ Richie Bulldog. Oh, yes, sir. Banging in the mix.
Judy, if you tap on your screen, you'll see a little microphone icon at the bottom with a red line to it. Click on that, it should be good.
ReinventingTheTattoo.com. That's where you're going to find it. There's a Zoom in link. You can join in. That's what's going on this evening. It's going down in about a half an hour. You're going to see some painting. Sea Turtle Sunday.
You can't do the
Henry Close. Hunter Young on YouTube. It's gonna be Min. Let's go.
Right on. Hunter Young is the guy that kind of blew our minds with his black and gray work the other night during the Drunk Speak.
ReinventingTheTattoo.com. That's what everybody needs to go to. Salvatierra.
All right, Bruno.
What's up, Bruno? Bruno Salvatierra. That's right, it's going down. Shout out to everybody tuning in. ReinventingTheTattoo.com. See, they brought out the big guns. I'm here to entertain you prior. Entertainment is sponsored by Hustle Butter Deluxe. That's right, it's a reason for the season. Get your Hustle Bubbles re-released. Bigger and better. Disperse it any way you like. Douse it, drip it, squirt it, spray it, foam it.
You're gonna make it gray. That's black.
Shout out to the super growers.
Next is just let it dry and do some white highlights.
Painted that.
Carefully got it. Easy. Okay, it's all good. Cut it off and just redo the black. Easy. Easy peasy. Okay, then let it dry. Just let it dry. Only take a minute.
It is dried.
Okay, then we'll cover it with.
So fast.
Yeah, got it. Quite good.
Probably like 2 seconds.
Yeah, in wintertime it dries fast because the heat is cranking and everything is very dry. The air has no humidity in it.
There's so much humidity. Oh, my paint is horrible.
I think it's actually looking good. You need to let it dry for a few minutes. You can put it in front of the fan, take a short break, and come back, add white details, and it'll really sharpen it up. It's hard to do it when the paint's still wet because it gets muddy. But if you let it dry, it won't get muddy.
Okay. Muscle Butter Radio.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Hustle Butter Deluxe
Is not available.
ReinventingTheTattoo.com. About 20 minutes is going down. Sea Turtle Sunday night painting. That's right, Judy Parker, Guy Aitchison. Let's go.
So I see Judy's picture there. I'm wondering if she's having camera problems or if she's still unable to get her sound on. Judy, you there? At some point, the elusive Judy Parker will be on the scene. And one of the reasons I wanted to paint sea turtles with Judy tonight was the one chance that she and I got to collaborate. We got to do a really fun half sleeve of a sea turtle, like mommy and child swimming through the ocean. And she's just so good at that stuff. So, yeah, just tapping into that fun. Did I just hear somebody say hi? I'm gonna put a fan on it and then get back into it. All right. So what happened? We had our DJ set and it just disappeared. I guess we're trying to find some of our people. I'd love to hear in the chat room anybody else who's here who hasn't announced themselves yet, even anyone just lurking in the background, quietly painting.
I'm still here lurking. So, Guy, do I hear Kaya in there painting with you this evening?
Yeah, she was here. She's walked out because she's a little discouraged at the moment, but I think it just needs to dry. It's at that moment where it gets muddier, you know, when you try to do stuff to it. So, yeah, she's taking a short break.
Oh, hey, I'm back. I just lost power.
Oh, bummer. Like in your whole house or whatever, or?
Yeah, so everything's kind of resetting. It's back.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But
okay, you guys having a storm right now?
Yeah. I mean, it was rainy. It didn't seem like it was that bad, but you never know.
Okay, crazy.
Let's see.
Right.
You know what? I guess I could get this back on the other side here. But cool. But everything seems to be going out fine still. If people are still, seems like the stream is kind of enough. Anyway, so I'll bow out. Anyways, I'm dealing with technical difficulties on my end, but it seems like everything is still working pretty much.
Yeah. I don't think we had an interruption, although Richie is gone actually.
That's because he was beaming into my computer.
Yes. Okay. So that's why Richie disappeared.
Yep. But it'll all be back pretty soon.
Okay. You're just basically rebooting right now.
Exactamundo.
All right. So who's in the room right now? I know we got Rob, we got Judy, but no camera yet. I think. Well, we had Judy's camera a little while ago. We got Fawn. I know that we've heard from Tavon, but I don't see him anywhere.
No, he's out there. Chris is out there. Melissa's out there. Seems like they're all getting set up.
Yeah, I'm starting color on mine. I pretty much just did everything very neatly with black. And so now it's just sort of like a coloring book. I don't know actually what color I'm going to do this coral in the background yet, so I'm just going to leave that for a few minutes. Figure it out as I go along here. And also, we don't have a lot of acrylics. And so I got this super minimal limited palette that I have to work with, which I actually don't mind. It was funny, one time I was getting my knee tattooed by Marcus Pacheco. And, you know, I'm so used to pouring these really luxurious palettes of, you know, every variation of every color I'm going to be using, light, medium, and dark, and warm, cool, etc. You know, just having this very, I don't know, fun palette to dive into. And, you know, he poured like 6 colors and he's just sort of dipping between them, which is, of course, you know, in theory, you should be able to do that, right? And I remember saying, yeah, so, hey, you want me to pour you a bunch of like different greens so you can have like a range of greens? Like, no, man, I got a range of greens. So, yeah, having a limited palette, there's nothing wrong with it. And it's actually good to get comfortable with that. One of my favorite artists that I follow is James Gurney. You can find on Instagram. He was the one that did the Dinotopia books, which are just stupendously well illustrated. And he typically works with an extremely limited palette, like 3 colors plus black and white. And yeah, if you follow him on Insta, he always talks about what palette he's using, and it's real interesting how he deliberately limits it. Triads. And I always ask myself, being a partly colorblind person, how much of it I'm actually like missing. If I'm just making lame excuses for myself, because sometimes I just don't feel like I really get color. But then I hear people who can see color just fine say that they don't really get color, so I don't feel quite so bad about it.
So we got Richie back at an okay volume, or
yeah, I mean, he's pretty quiet right now, but we're trying to get people talking too, so
yeah,
we'll just keep playing around with it till we find that happy medium.
Yeah, perfect. I'm a new tech now that I'm going to my backup setup, so just let me know if it's too loud or soft.
Okay. Yeah, this is actually not bad. Yeah, I'm curious to know about other people's projects, what mediums they're working in, that kind of thing. Is everyone else doing acrylic too? Do we have any digital tonight? And so, yeah, I know I've been really vague about tomorrow night's exercise for those who are planning on joining. But this is what it's going to be about, is the idea of using warm and cool colors to bring things into the foreground or drop them into the background. And so we're going to have a line drawing, which I'll be providing hopefully later tonight if I don't fall asleep. And we'll be using a palette to, you know, basically do a background color gradient using cool colors, and then use a variety of bright and dull warm colors to bring things into the foreground. And so we'll be talking about color very almost mathematically during this. And then the following week, on I think it's the 23rd, I'm super psyched. I know I've been talking about trying to get Andre Malcolm to do a wave drawing exercise, and he's psyched about doing it. So that's what we're doing on that day, the 23rd. And yeah, we'll get our waves on, which I think is great. He's he says that drawing waves is a passion. And, you know, some of these artists that specialize in Japanese, they, you know, they'll be drawing waves on napkins at the restaurant while they're waiting for their food. You know, it's kind of like, you know, just keeping your brain engaged on the subject. So anyway, yeah, that's in a couple of weeks. But yeah, the way I'm using color here is I'm kind of thinking like I'm going to be thinking in tomorrow night's exercise in terms of the use of warm and cool. And, you know, in this guy's case, I'm just going to use the brightest yellow in the very farthest foreground, and then let the warms kind of, you know, drop out as we get farther back. I've always liked painting small like this. And especially once you get down to that size where you're barely having to move your arm around, it's almost all just in the wrist. There's a certain...
Since I forced myself to get this little tiny pochade painting box, it's like a cigar box sized painting.
Okay.
Since I forced myself to get this little thing, it has forced me to work small, but like I want my pieces to look as giant as my huge work that I've been doing, like, you know, for years. But it's forcing me to work little. But the nice thing about working little like this is I'm actually completing work. Like, I complete it to the point where I can take it and get prints, rather than like starting so big and like really getting passionately involved and then life distracting me from the project. Like, I really, really love the discipline of working little and actually like being able to see it through.
Yeah, I think that it's easy to underestimate how much work is really going to go into a big painting. And I think that a lot of people who haven't done a lot of painting think, okay, 18 by 24, that's not that big, right? But then they choose a subject that's got a fair amount of detail in it and a fair amount of planning that goes in. And in many cases, they're not super experienced painting, right? So what that means is they're going to be learning on the fly. And by the time you get all the way across your canvas, there's going to be parts of it that don't look as good as the stuff you've completed more recently, because you're learning, right? And so before you know it, you find yourself having to go over things again and again to kind of bring them up to date with your current state of the art. And it can be a little frustrating. So yeah, here in Illinois, we're starting to experience businesses getting shut down. They haven't specifically done it to the tattoo shops yet, but I think that the writing is on the wall. We'll see what happens. But I'm guessing that we're going to have to find lots of ways of entertaining ourselves this winter. So we're hoping to have some fun stuff like this all winter long. That's the plan.
Hey everyone.
Hey Chris, welcome.
Hey
Chris,
guy.
how you doing, buddy?
Hey everybody.
All right, let's see. Is Chris's canvas anywhere? Let's see. There we go.
Yeah, I couldn't resist the shell.
Cool. I love your approach. Did like just a big, like straight on view of a shell with just a little bit of the head and fins visible. And I was going to do really bold, direct lighting on it. But then I decided that I just wanted to do the face. So that's how I ended up here instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, the shell was just such a cool shape.
So how's Sideburns doing?
Oh, you know what? He's fine. It's just one of those weird things where every year he goes through this thing called brumation, and we always kind of worry a little bit about it. But you know, in the weeks prior to it, he always fattens himself up quite a bit, and I think that by lizard standards, he's probably overweight right now. But then he'll go the winter without eating very much, and he's always fine. You know, it's just always a little weird. It's like, why isn't dude eating?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're trying to experiment with seeing if there's a way to get some background music in here, hence the DJ, and trying to find the right volume thresholds and that kind of thing. That's just part of our grand experiment. I guess it's hard to keep an even volume going with the Zoom connection. I'm sure all this technology will get smoothed out with time.
Well, and I'm running off of everything backup because I just had the full-on reset of my computer.
Right,
so
right.
I figured we'd play out this set. Richie's got 2 more minutes, and then I'll get back on my other computer, and we could either add music or not. But he'll be done in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Exciting format.
Yeah, I think I'm getting to a point where I may have to put down a coat of acrylic gloss medium, make this canvas less porous. First, I think I'm going to do some kind of crazy magenta in the coral, which will pop this all these greens out.
So Jordan and I had a talk the other day. We were looking at this painting that he was just finishing up, and we had like the immediate lesson that you started talking about earlier, like the mathematic equations for color. He was like, how do I make this glow brighter? And I was like, you need to take like a Prussian blue and make those darks cooler. And he like looked at me kind of confused. I was like, may I in this little area? And I like just barely touched a few forms. And he was like, oh, I see.
Boom. Right.
Yeah. And come in with just brighter brights, or not even any more yellow, just touches of white in the even brighter areas. He was like, wow. He's like, I wouldn't have thought that putting like a cool blue there would make that brighter. And I was like, every time you're tricking the eye, you're making an illusion of what's there. You're not really making what would exist in reality. So you got to trick the eye and exaggerate those shadows and make them cooler if you want your glow brighter. And it was just really cool to like actually like in real time see another artist connect those dots. It was kind of cool.
But yeah, totally like math. And you know, bright color is essentially high contrast color, and contrast is about difference. And it's also sort of counterintuitive, the idea that you can make a tattoo appear brighter by darkening your blacks, you know?
Yeah.
But in the right placements, it absolutely will do that.
It is hard because I work so like intuitively with my color and shade to like actually think about how do I explain this and break it down to another person. When it seems like such a simple question, like I look at it and just see like, well, that needs to be a little bit cooler, but to find the right words to be like, okay, so now you've got to find the equal and opposite of the bright that you're using. And Jordan's like, he's got the Abbott color wheel right next to him all the time. So like between what I'm telling him and then to be able to pick up Russ's tool and actually like physically look across the color wheel, almost like you're looking at a map. It was pretty neat to see it all like just come to fruition in like such the final phases of a project too.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of complementary colors. These are colors that literally make each other look brighter. They complement each other. And a complementary color is not a single thing. They always come in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's about their relationship. Yeah, you know, just knowing that is one thing, but knowing what to do about it and like putting it into practice, you know, like something very simplistic, like, okay, I'm going to put a yellow shape in front of a purple background. Well, yeah, boom, you know, right there. Those are very strongly contrasting, complementing colors. But once you start getting into the more nuanced approach, like the idea of putting a little bit of the complement in your shadows and that sort of thing,
Yep.
It's not necessarily all totally intuitive, you know, and it's especially for me with my very limited ability to see color, I'm always doubting it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always wondering, am I missing something important that other people just see, you know?
See, I think one of the things that you do is you try so hard and you look and you study so intently. Like, you know, we've all been given the two eyes, but do we always, like, if we're looking at a rock on the ground, do we all look at the same rock the same way? Not necessarily. I think when you start studying how light wraps around things and then how color starts playing in warm and cool, you start not just looking at things, but actually like observing and studying, like as you're going through life. And I think that studying is what makes it so much easier to like then apply the magic, because you've just been like taking in all this information around the world. But I think for you, like you tried so hard to see it, and then, you know, I guess what I'm saying is seeing it is 90% of the battle. It's just
right. But when you don't know if you're really seeing it, you know, that makes that part hard.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I do like to compare notes. Like, you might remember that time when we were just sitting around and the sun was low, and I was just asking you guys, what colors are you seeing right there? Because it's almost neutral, right? But there's all these hints of little bits of sea foam and pink and stuff like that. And I want to make sure that, you know, I'm seeing it similarly, at least, you know, in the same ballpark as how people with so-called normal vision do. So I don't know. That's always a thing that throws me off a little bit. I try not to let it slow me down, though, you know.
Like we said, I feel like we were talking about this last time I was at your studio with you. Like, instead of being a disadvantage, maybe it's actually like a super advantage for you, like a superpower. You might not feel like it's a superpower, but because you see it differently, it's almost like, I don't know. There's just something magic that happens in your paintings where I think it's almost giving you a superpower.
Well, I mean, sometimes having just a different way of seeing things is an advantage, because what you're doing is going to be less predictable, right? It might have a twist to it. But at the same time, if you're just wanting to understand color, and knowing that color is a thing that most people, you know, have a fairly universal experience when they look at color, it can be a little vexing, you know. I know this guy, Jay Strange, he did this series of paintings where with each one he had a Judy hat on, like a yellow light or a red light. You know, of course, it wasn't meant to be viewed. He just wanted to see what, and they're pretty interesting. I wouldn't say they were beautiful. Exception. All right, I need to put a clear coat on this, I think, because that'll just make it more fun to paint. Everything will look a lot more vibrant. Right now, I still feel kind of like I'm sketching. I might actually have to put it in front of the fan for a minute. Chris, are you oil or acrylic tonight?
Acrylic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob, can I see up close what you got going on?
Uh-oh. Let me grab my camera real quick.
Nice.
I've been lacking. I'm over here lacking. I was talking to Judy and trying to help her through the procedures on getting on, and I think she's a little difficulty.
Okay. Well, hopefully everything will smooth out for her in the next few minutes. Yeah, I think this is dry enough that I can clear coat it. And after that, I'm going to have to put it in front of the fan for a minute. But I think every acrylic painting I do, I get to a point where I like to do this. And the thing that the clear coat does, it serves a few purposes. One of them is that it just seals down what you've already got. So from that point on, it's not going to, you're not going to lift up any of that paint. Right. So if you want to put down thin glazes of color, and some of it you end up wanting to scrub back up, it won't damage anything. The other thing that it does is it makes colors look a little bit richer. And then once you start putting in, your new brush strokes on over it, it gives them a separation, like the thickness of the clear coat in between the first layer and the top layer. And that allows a little bit of light to bounce around in between the layers of paint, which ends up giving you a really, I think a beautiful classic look. It kind of wakes up in brightness. All right, there's that. I might put it on the fan for a minute. And I'm also getting a battery warning, so I better find a cord. All right, and while it's drying, I'll just put my happy little reference in there.
So fun. I just zoomed in on your painting here, just so you know.
Oh, this thing? This little guy? This has been one of my in the background paintings for a few months. I'll work on this one on the in between while I'm letting another layer of something else dry. But it's really down to the nitty gritty and needs finished.
That's cool.
Thank you. I've got this other one over here that Rob started several months ago and then sent me, and then I put a layer on it. I either need to send it back to him or we can sign it, but I should grab it and show you guys because it's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's the thing that Rob started.
That's got some cool depth. Yeah, we were actually hoping that you'd make it out for the Jordan visit because immediately before that, he and I are working on building some tattoo machines.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Has he sent you a video of the machine yet?
He sent me a few pictures and videos of a few steps of the process along the way, so I'm excited to see the finished product.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was turning my mic on. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Fawn. Are you coming with Jordan?
I'm not going to be able to this time. I've got an out-of-state client that I'll be working on that I can't really switch around.
Very cool. Very cool.
Most of the time, my clients are super flexible, and I can just because I keep my schedule so limited here lately. Usually, I can move stuff pretty easily, but not this one.
Right.
Forever to work our schedules out. So.
Very cool.
But I think future trips, I'm going to definitely try to make sure that my schedule is clear. Just to come out, hang out, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
But it's really nice just to kind of get the talks. I don't know. It's good for the podcast, of course, but I just love being around other artists that work so differently than I do, just to learn.
Yeah. Oh, every time I do something, I learn every single time because everybody I paint with is way ahead of me. So every time I paint with someone, I always try to look and see what kind of influence or what they did to push it or pull it forward. And usually that's what I like to paint with people or watch them when they do it. And that way, like kind of what you said with Jordan, how you can kind of bounce shit off each other. Because I'm guaranteeing everybody I paint with, I always shares something with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't been painting that long.
Yep.
But it's super cool painting with people that have a good insight on not just the painting, but how to talk about how they do the things. You know what I'm saying? Like the blue pushing lights, yellows, and stuff like that, even more rich.
Mm-hmm.
It's real good, real good.
I'm thankful to have had a lot of really good teachers along the way, but I still just love seeing different approaches and different techniques all the time, and like just such different approaches.
I mean, Judy, when she teaches, and I watch her classes, and I watch when she does painting and stuff on Instagram and all that. She's a real good teacher. I'm trying to get her on here, but I think she's with the mic and stuff like that. She's really new with it, as I am, and a lot of us are all really new with this Zoom and a lot of technology. So, I mean, I'll probably have to reach out to her and maybe coax her and talk her into please coming and joining us and helping us with the turtle and maybe doing a Little Mermaid with us or something. So I'm going to reach out to her again here in a little bit. But I think her phone's off. Or one of her devices is off that I was trying to hit her up on. Oh, we got that music back.
So when I travel up to Michigan, I work at Peter's shop in Lansing, and there's a guy that works named Levi Hatch, and he worked with Judy for years, and he speaks so highly of her. I haven't met her, spoke with her before, but the way Levi speaks of her is pretty impressive. And then Levi showed a huge mermaid that she did that goes like from his ankle all the way up to his hip, and it is just beautiful.
Yeah, she's super cool, man. Yeah, I love Judy. And I really want to. She's real new. I mean, everybody's new with it. Everybody's real new with the technical and the Zoom and all that. And to be honest, shit, I'm real new with it. I was a little bit not embarrassed, but apprehensive about it and stuff like that. And how do I look and what do people think? But it's just do it and go through it and connect the little wires, and next thing you know, it's not that hard. It's just not really hard. Just need to, teach people how to do it. That's pretty much the main thing. And that's all good after that.
Just a little bit of a learning curve for everybody.
Yeah.
You just gotta go with the flow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential with these platforms as they're growing and the connectivity is getting better. We don't
absolutely.
We don't really have the family reunion of conventions right now, but any way that we can kind of, reach out to our community and stay interactive with one another. It is a little bit of a learning curve, but I think it's
it really is.
Totally worth it, though.
We're finding ways.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I'm definitely starting to make more time in my schedule for the podcast so that we can really put the time into it that it needs. But I kind of got to work through my schedule as it is. But it's. I mean, we definitely dove into the deep end for sure with our little tiny water wings. But
that's how you do it.
But we're getting there, and there's a lot of things to be nervous about, but at the end of the day, nobody really cares about the things that we fuss and fret over. Like, people just either listen and learn from it, or they move on to the next thing. It's not like there's really harsh judgment or criticism at this point. So just do it.
Yeah. And the technical difficulties that people have, I mean, you see that stuff on like CNN, you know what I mean? Like, everybody has technical difficulties with this stuff.
Reason with this stuff can't get it right the first time, I shouldn't be so hard on myself.
Right. Yeah.
So what next? Right now we're looking for the right motion template, but we can create a really cool 1 minute long, very flashy, professional network looking video intro, that comes on right before. You know what I mean? For each of the different shows that are on the reinventing channel. So, or, you know, there'll be one for the TCP as well. Places where you can slot in the names of your current guests and all that stuff.
Hey, Gabe, can you hear us right now?
Yep.
Did you have a chance to take a look at that device that I sent you a link for? Do you think that'll be the problem solver for us?
I did. It seems, I mean, it's Android based, so it wouldn't work in my workflow, but if you guys are comfortable with Android, it seems like it's a pretty sweet little setup there for sure.
It almost seems too good to be true, but for $1,000, I'm gonna give it a try. And you know, if it doesn't work for us, we're gonna get a laptop and a switcher down the road anyway. So.
Well, you know, that would be the alternative, but yeah, no, it seems like you know, everything all working together and that kind of sweet little setup, especially with a cellular connection, is it should be pretty sweet. Seems cool to me.
Cool. I found it at least 6 weeks ago, and I've been like researching, and I feel like for ease of operation, that's going to be the easiest thing for us. And then, like, you know, if it's ever just Jordan or just me, like in a pinch, one of us to be able to work it just fine. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I have a dedicated computer that's set up to do just the streaming and all of the other video editing, and then all of a sudden it's a computer filled up with shit that was supposed to be streamlined specifically to stream, right? So if you have like a box that really literally only does nothing but stream.
Yep, and then we've already got a dedicated hard drive, like I think it's a 4 terabyte or something absurd like that. So we've got a dedicated hard drive that keeps everything on. Like backups upon backup.
Yeah, 4 terabytes, that should last you a couple weeks.
The amount of hard drives I have is phenomenal. Actually, I had to upload like 10 hours of video, and I was just looking at my stack of hard drives like in complete and utter fear. But, you know, within 3 or 4 hard drives, I found what I was looking for. So, but yeah, there's so much footage. I mean, again, if you're doing 2 hours a week, all of a sudden, bam.
Yeah, just our audio files are, because we've got a file for each mic, and then there's a file where they're all compressed into one, so we can go back in and mix and take stuff out too, but it just makes the files huge. But good to have.
Yep, no fun.
It's just amazing how much more workable it is once you get that clear coat on. It's almost like using oils or something. Yeah, I was using a pre-gessoed sheet of canvas here, which you know, it's definitely a little bit different from if I was going to be gessoing it myself. And drier too. It's got this very dry kind of, I mean, I guess that's the whole thing with canvas, is you don't want it to be too sealed in the beginning. You want it to be very receptive. And sometimes it's so receptive that it just seems to soak everything up. So that's really the purpose of doing that clear coat, is you chill it out a little bit so that it doesn't require those thick applications of paint. You also find that your colors will look a lot brighter, and your highlights will look a lot brighter. They'll reflect more light once you've put that clear coat down. It's kind of a little bit based on the old Flemish technique. They did glaze after glaze after glaze. where you get a coat of varnish, and then a little thin application of paint with no thick buildup at all, and that would dry, and then another coat of varnish. You get like 12 passes like that, and it would build up into this very thick, like almost like a fiberglass resin kind of surface that would have this paint embedded in all the different layers of it.
I love work like that.
You can actually.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love work like that. I feel like that's the kind of work you've got to like experience in the sunlight, so you can actually take in each and every layer and like appreciate the way the paint starts playing like as a lens on itself.
Right. Or if not sunlight, at least be in a gallery with the right kind of very strong lighting. That's where you can kind of look deep into it like that.
Absolutely.
I've seen these people doing these sort of little painting sculpture things where most commonly it'll be like a goldfish or a water dragon or something, and they'll put down a layer of resin, and then they'll paint like the lowest down, the belly and the bottoms of the feet, right? And then they'll do a coat and then do the next layer up, and it's a really neat effect, because when you move your head back and forth, it's the layers shift relative to each other. Smoke. All right, daughter has returned to continue painting.
Hey, Kaya.
Hi.
That's fun. It's the same. Hey, Kaya says hi. All right, and who else have we got on right now? We've got Chris, Fawn, Rob. We've got Richie. Judy is still getting situated. Oh, Melissa's got a really nice bright colored background going on there. We've got Bruno. Bruno, can we see up close what you got going on?
He's just beaming in, so everything's catching up for him.
Gotcha. Okay.
You need to unmute yourself, Bruno, and maybe if you turn your phone sideways. Boom.
How's it going, guys?
Well, it's going
Hey,
good.
Bruno.
Hey, nice seeing you, bro.
Same here, same here.
White and light colors now. Bring out. See how the bottom is like all white and creams? We're looking at. That's that. Feels like we found a pretty good volume for the background music too. People are able to talk, and it's clear. You can still hear the music.
Yeah, that's really good. It sounds real nice.
And a little bit of trial and error there. Gabe, I don't know if you can.
Archive.org for some live shows so they don't trip off anybody's censors, like the YouTube censors.
Right, yeah.
So, Guy,
Yes.
did we tell you that when we were out at hyperspace playing with that little condenser mic that we had for the iPhone, we caught some weird clicks going on in your backyard, like paranormal stuff.
Okay. Well, supposedly there's a major energy vortex right around here.
I
don't
believe
know if
it.
that has anything to do with it.
Oh, I found my toys rearranged this morning, and Mom said she didn't do it.
Oh, Kaya says she found her toys rearranged, and Mom didn't do it.
It was we were just recording like the sounds of like the cicadas and the frogs, and when we played it back clear as day, it was like this ticking. It was like this popping noise. It wasn't us, but it was louder than anything going on in the background, and it was crystal clear. There was no distortion or anything. Well, I'll have to make sure Jordan has the file when he comes to see you, because it was kind of creepy.
Okay. So yeah, I got a little creep the other night. This was great. Actually, it was when it was still warmer out, and it's late. My client is gone, and I'm finished breaking down and just trying to get things situated, and I hear this tapping on the glass. Tap, 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 tap. And I get this chill down my spine. Who would be tapping on the glass? And I look over at this sliding glass door, and there's nothing there. Right now, of course, it's dark out, right? So I approach the door, and there it is again. Tap, 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 tap. And I walk up really close to the door, and I hear it clear as day. Tap, tap, tap. But there's nothing there. And I try to kind of home in on where the sound is the strongest. Tap, 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 tap. And I get my nose right up against the glass there. And there's nothing, right? Tap, tap, tap. And,
Did you figure out what it was?
Okay, so then I opened up the door, slightly reluctantly, right? And I look, and there's this big old fly, like a horse fly, and it's just flying into the glass over and over and over again.
I don't think this was the horse fly. We were out by by your.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out a little bit.
I said I do not think this was a horsefly. We were all the way out by like the little gazebo, your gazebo.
Okay, right.
I feel like it definitely wasn't a fly on the glass. I think the energy vortex is better.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, I want to tell you a crazy story. So I have this friend named Juniper, and she totally flipped out. So there was this prank article saying don't go outside on October 10th, and it was this prank article that one of her friends sent her, and she completely flipped out. Like, I literally dragged her outside, and she started crying on October on that. I just wanted to prove to her there was nothing to be afraid of.
So the question is, how many people fell for it and couldn't leave their house on October 10th because of some creepy meme?
And also, I mean, it was totally ridiculous. Even Pepper got it, and Pepper's like,
well, you can't, criticize anyone for falling for it. They think they're just being cautious. But yeah, you definitely don't want to just believe everything you read. That's for sure.
And Juniper spends way too much YouTube time, so
yeah.
I guess we're all sharing stories about this kind of ridiculous stuff.
Well, Fawn believes there is something paranormal here.
That'll be interesting, because lately I have been hearing some weird things, and seeing some weird things too. So it would need a little bit of
weird things,
but still only a little.
So here's a question: how would you feel if you actually found a real ghost living in your house, right? And actually it was like moving stuff around and thumping and all that stuff, right? Would you try to get over the creep factor and try to see if you could get some kind of a message through to them and get a communication going, or would you just GTFO?
So the house that my little sister lives in currently, she bought this house a few years ago, but a medium has come to the house, and so strange things have happened there. Nothing like bad or eerie, but like the thermostat, it's always messed with, and it's an old school, like you physically got to turn the thermostat. It's not like it's not a digital
sort of thing, yeah,
program or anything like that. So you physically have to turn the thermostat up and down. When my sister was in a bad relationship, the ghost or whatever messed with the thermostat all the time. It's always turning it down, always turning it down. He's out of the picture and she doesn't hear from her anymore. Well, somebody who lived in the house previously told her that, like, yeah, we had a medium in there, and they said that it was a lady in her 40s, and, you know, she's just happy there. She's just content. She doesn't mean any harm to anybody. She's just there. So after Sarah found that out, she's like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. So now Sarah, like, every now and then, she'll be like, will you please quit misplacing things? So Sarah interacts. Like, there's nothing weird that happens. There's nothing creepy that happens. Every now and then you just feel like maybe like you're not alone. Like sometimes we'll be in the kitchen and it just feels like there's another person in the kitchen with us. But it's definitely not dark. It's not creepy. You don't get a bad vibe from it. So in this situation, it's not even like a problem. But if it were a situation where it was dark, I feel like everybody would tell her to get out of there. Kind of different now. But I feel like no harm, no foul.
Right, yeah. It'd just be weird, like, going to sleep at night, you know, knowing that's in your house, right?
Yeah. Like, from a privacy standpoint.
Etc., right?
Yeah, like all of it. But I guess with anything, you know, you just kind of got to have faith that the intention isn't bad and, you know, go with the flow. It's not something you have control over one or the other. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, presumably ghosts can't really do much, you know. That's why they're ghosts. All right, so here's Kaya's so far. Boom.
Oh, good job, Kaya.
Nice.
Coming along.
Thanks.
Nice.
Right on.
I mean, this is totally irrelevant to the subject right now.
Okay, well, then why bring it up?
Except, I mean, what would be totally delicious is if... So it was basically a sea turtle sundae, and what I mean is, like, vanilla ice cream with, you know how there's those turtle things, those candies called turtles, that could be in the ice cream. And that would be a sea turtle sundae.
All right, bring me one. Sure, everyone here would like one.
What kind? Even patty?
You know, that's actually something I miss a lot is casual ice cream kind of things. Let's go out and get ice cream. Like, who knew that would be a, like, endangered species?
Oh, you already played your drum set.
Excellent.
Last night she played your drum set. Really, really loudly. Did you hear her?
Of course.
Did you go downstairs? She woke me up like 5 times.
I think what may end up happening here at a certain point is I'm going to have to step away, and hopefully you guys can get Judy on, and I'll be able to come back in a little bit. Hopefully Judy will be able to get past your technical problems and get this next round of highlights done. And then I might need to step away shortly. Originally, I was going to see what I could do in 2 hours, but you know, I'm going to be getting there soon, and I know I could work on this way longer than that. And I also know that a lot of you guys are just getting started, and so I'd like to be able to rejoin you in a little bit.
Any chance did you rearrange my toys earlier? Because it was kind of weird.
No?
Like there was one of the spiky toy dinosaurs my mom hates stepping on in the middle of the floor that I didn't put there, and she said that she definitely did not put it there.
All right. Well, sure we're not just coming up with alibis?
Because I didn't do it. Or at least I don't remember doing it.
Okay. Well.
And it's hard to imagine a cat carrying around a spiky toy dinosaur.
Yeah, but it's also hard to imagine the spirit of a dead person carrying around a spiky toy dinosaur. So, you know, just saying.
I feel like that's an awful lot of energy they'd have to exert to move such a little thing.
Right. And, you know,
That's really weird, though.
Like, I remember this. One of my favorite ghost story novels is Stephen King's Bag of Bones. There's a scene there where he's encountering the ghost of his deceased wife, and it's in the basement of a house, and there's this insulation that has like this metallic, like aluminum foil coating on it, and so she's somehow able to interact with that and is able to, like, you know, make them go into the wall or whatever a little bit. But like there might be just certain things, you know, certain substances or whatever that might be able to interact with, but certainly they're not just casually lifting stuff up.
I was just gonna feel like the
cabinet
odds
doors.
toy
Cabinet doors are hinged, but cabinet doors have magnets on them, a lot of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have been hearing them opening and closing, but I know the reason why. It has nothing to do with ghosts.
Right.
Our cat Chloe, earlier today I caught her going into the cabinet of pots and pans and sitting on our pots and pans. It was disgusting.
Yeah, that is. That's rude. Yeah, parking their little cat butt right on our cooking surfaces. That's not cool.
So I know the actual reason to why the cabinet doors have been opening and closing.
Okay, and it's not ghosts.
It has to do with a cat. A certain cat that has been putting her butt on our cooking utensils and stuff.
You know, I love that whole premise in the movie Interstellar, where the girl's bookshelf is doing weird stuff, right? And of course, it turns out not to be ghosts at all.
Except interdimensional communication.
Right, yes.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah, that was just absolutely right up my alley, everything about it.
Yeah, I can space out about that movie with the right person for hours. And every time I watch it, like, not only do I learn more, but like the story becomes more interesting every time I see it.
Yeah.
What movie is it?
Interstellar.
Oh, okay. You know what? Check this out. That hardly everybody I talk to don't believe. In my era, in my age group, I've never seen that one Star Wars movie.
Wow.
That Star Wars movie.
Not one time.
I think, Rob, you got to give it Stellar a chance.
And I was gonna watch all the Star Wars one with my little boy just the other day. I started to. I wanted to watch all of them.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. I looked at my Netflix and it was like $12, and I was like, fuck it. But we're gonna do it though. We're gonna watch them all together. I was gonna do it one other time with my other boy Colton, but we just never did it. But I do want to watch them all. I've always wanted to watch them, but just never made time.
Make sure you include Rogue One.
I want to start from the very first one and watch them all. I want to, because I know I'm going to binge watch them if I do.
Right. Yeah.
So
well, that's what Kaya and I did. Although, you know, we were fortunate enough that there were a couple that still had to come out in the theater, you know, so she got to have, for the very last one anyway, the theater experience. But yeah, I got to walk her through all of them in order. It was great being able to slot Rogue One into there between, you know, 3 and 4, because it's, I think that it's as good, if not better, than any of the other episodes. I love Rogue One.
I think I agree with that. Yeah, Rogue One is my favorite as well. Well done.
I can't wait to watch them.
Yeah, the main character in Rogue One, she's just so awesome. And she doesn't have any special force powers or anything like that. And then the blind dude, you know, just excellent characters. All of the characters in that movie are phenomenal. I don't know. There's no Jar Jar Binks or Ewoks in that one.
I do kind of miss the Ewoks.
And Rob, this is a spoiler. Yeah. The Ewoks were only then it was his turn to be. But everyone's a critic, right? In general, you know, I mean, I just loved Star Wars when I was younger. You know, it wasn't just about the movies themselves. I just loved how they made them, because there was always a making of special that came out every time one of the new movies came out, and you know, you'd see how they were using like things from model kits of like World War II battleships and repurposing the, you know, making their own, you know, gigantic battleships for outer space out of these things. And I just thought it was so rad, you know, that these, like something that I would do just for fun. You know, these guys were doing it for movies. And so that was always hugely inspirational to me. But, you know, in general, I've always tried to not be that fan who thinks that I have a right to decide how the movies should be, or if a particular new character is no good or whatever. There are a lot of haters. It's like, come on, man, it's Star Wars. Get over it.
Hey, this is America. We need to have another reason to be divided.
Right, yes. And, well, yeah, the new characters in Star Wars, that's perfect. Yeah, let's send them so much hate mail that they have to get off of social media. Yeah, perfect. I've never understood people.
People really like come up with a bunch of new stuff each time, like come up with a bunch of different separation things.
Yeah, things to not like about each other. What's up with that?
Usually it's just like out of the blue, completely no reason. And I mean, this is coming from me, a 9-year-old, and I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just like
preach it, sis. Preach it.
They pick non-reasons. I mean, two people who go to war who didn't even know each other just automatically said, well, we're in war, so we're going to kill each other. It's possible that if they weren't being divided by, sometimes the wars are about arbitrary reasons, if they were to like sit down together and have a beer or something, they would actually get along. Except this thing is that there's all these different things that people kind of make out. I'm not talking about wars, but I'm talking about things in general that people just make up out of the blue that are just like for no reason, just for the sake of dividing people. Like, oh, there's nothing to be dividing people right now. We need to come up with something, just something. It could literally be like something as ridiculous as Star Wars characters.
Yeah, well, at least they're not killing each other over that. But yeah, let's have a race war so we don't have to have a class war. Woohoo! Yeah, you know what? Usually you're not going to hear me say anything political, just because I hate politics, right? But the one thing I will say is, I really hate to see people, especially people that I like, posting really divisive stuff. It's like, if there's one thing that the bad guys out there, the Illuminati or whatever the hell, are trying to do, is to keep us divided. And if there's one thing that I would fight, besides, a clean environment and, getting people back on track with climate change, because nothing else matters if we don't address that. If there's anything else that I would fight, it's just the division. Because, hating on each other over these little issues, we miss the big issues.
Over literally Star Wars characters.
Or, masks. But that's really like right now people are hating on each other over things like masks. And they think it's a violation of their freedom and so, citizen against citizen.
If you don't believe in something, then you have to just enforce other people, your belief system. They're talking about their freedom, except then they're not giving other people their freedom.
They think that they're having their freedom impinged on, and I understand that, but it's complicated, and I think that, sometimes it takes a certain amount of maturity to make sacrifices that are uncomfortable. And I'm not to say that everybody out there that's not willing to chill out and kind of make the personal sacrifices or whatever, not to say that they're all a bunch of babies or anything, but sometimes it seems like it.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're all a bunch of babies. I'm just saying that it's just like people just get to the point here that people are choosing arbitrary things because they want to be divided. They want something to divide it. Yeah. Like from politics to wars to literally Star Wars characters.
Yeah. Well,
it's ridiculous.
You know what it seems like to me?
Hmm.
It seems like you're talking pretty smart, Kaya.
Because, anyone should know how ridiculous this is. It could, even a toddler could grasp and understand how ridiculous this is.
Well, okay, so I would just put it this way. If you have a choice of getting along or not getting along with the other people around you, it would seem like a no-brainer. But, I don't know, maybe that's overly simplistic of me.
I don't know why, but for some reason people are always trying to find something go if they can, something.
It would also be easy to say that there's malevolent forces at work who are keeping people divided, or another way of looking at it would be that market forces are finding it profitable to keep people divided. And that happens without anyone even necessarily wanting, to do that, but it's just profitable, and so it works out that way.
I think it's ridiculous.
It is.
Personally, I think that this is all ridiculous when it comes to people making each other divided over non-reasons. Literally, Star Wars characters.
Well,
it's enough.
But that's not why people are carrying around their firearms right now.
And it's not like there was some article about these two ladies who killed a man because he asked them to wear a mask.
Yeah, that is going on right now.
These two ladies thought their freedom was being impinged on, except then now they have to spend the rest of their lives in a jail cell. So
yeah, there's their freedom. I know it's sad that people are losing control of themselves and losing their civility And I think civility, you know, what that is making a bunch of little sacrifices for the greater good. That's what civility is. It's like, well, you know, I don't feel like putting clothes on today when I go out, and I don't feel like driving politely and you know, not tearing up people's lawns, but I'm going to do it because it's the right thing. You know, not using your freedom as like the freedom to be an a-hole. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not the best application of freedom, but that just seems to be where a lot of it is being spent.
Yeah, it really does seem that way. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
But you know,
when it comes to how people are being divided, and
it does, to someone who's really caught up in it, it does feel extremely dire. Okay, it's a big deal, and these other people are so wrong that you almost want to hate them, even though you don't really know them. And you know, it's hard for some to see beyond that and say, whoa, wait a minute, I'm kind of being manipulated into hating my brother here.
I know, and like, one will be great if, like, before these people went totally bonkers, psychotic bananas, they'd say, wait a minute, I'm about to kill a man. I should really cool it.
Yeah, well, yeah, impulse control. There's a lot of adults that don't have good impulse control. But yeah, on that cheery subject, how's everybody's turtles coming along?
Here, I would like to show how mine's coming along so far. I haven't really made any major changes on it since I last showed it, but as you can see, I added the highlight.
Yeah.
The highlight right on the
character's definitely
on the
looking pretty cool. She painted a super badass leopard gecko yesterday.
I gave it to a friend.
Yeah, she didn't have that one to show off. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with mine now, and it's starting to look like something. It still feels a little bit more like a sketch than a painting, so I need to just keep working it.
One of my favorite parts is that coral. I like the coral. I like the highlights in it.
Yeah, that sort of woke him up, and so I'm trying to.
And I like the color contrast because pink and green are almost kind of complementary colors along with the yellow and the blue. And so there's a bunch of different colors that are almost complete opposites. So it really high contrast and stands out. So I think that's really cool.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Where'd this girl learn how to give critiques? That was excellent.
And my cat's making loud noises in the background. Sorry if you can hear them.
No, I think that.
Well, they're not as bad as my disruptions on Monday, which I cannot wait to do the bellowing bouncy ball.
No, we're not going to have a Monday disruption. Not this week.
Follow you down to your art studio. Whether mom likes it or not.
I might have to do it from an undisclosed location.
And I'll follow you every step. If it means I get to disrupt.
Yes. Excellent. I can't wait.
Well, do me every Monday. Anyway.
The bellowing bouncy ball. Yes, the kid titles her disruptions.
Yep.
And schedules them.
First it was the wild banshee, then it was the screeching, it was the wild banshee, then the herd of elephants, then the screeching butterfly, and now it's going to be the bellowing bouncy ball.
Excellent.
Rob back there.
I'm trying not to encourage her. She does good though. I like the screeching butterfly though. It was pretty effective.
That's pretty effective.
I was flapping my arms around and jumping up and down and screeching.
How is it that happens in this household? I don't know. What did I do?
Dad's really loose about everything.
I'm loose about everything, eh? You mean I don't follow through with any of the punishments. Yeah.
But you said there'd be a punishment if I interrupted you first thing that night, and I did, and you gave me no punishment. In fact, you even gave me chocolate. Well, not that night, but that morning.
But you understand that the chocolate had nothing to do with the.
No, I get rewards when I make annoyance, and that's part of the reason why I love doing it. I always get rewards.
Okay, we're gonna have to work on that. Maybe there's a little misunderstanding there about why the chocolate was handed out. Anyway, we'll just move on to another subject here.
Okay.
Yes, parenthood is an adventure. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, I did something to my painting that it did not need.
Yeah, I think I need a brighter yellow. That's what's missing here.
I've got some pretty bright yellows. I don't know if we'll be able to get any other two. I'm gonna try. Okay, here it is. There's a bunch of really bright yellows in here.
Okay, but they're all old and dried up, aren't they? No, there's definitely nothing in here. I mean, maybe I could actually split it open.
You might be able to get some more of this.
Yeah. Okay. Let's check it out. Yeah, these kind of guys. As you can see, I'm not a very well outfitted acrylic painter. I think what I'm going to do is just open up the back end here.
You know, I used those when I was 4, right? And actually, they're so wrecked.
Well, I mean, if there's anything in here that's still even not completely dried up, it's sort of a miracle. We'll find out, right?
Yep, there's always something like that during these painting things. No, sea turtle Sunday's a blast.
All right. Well.
Too bad there's no ice cream to go along with it.
Yeah. All right. Look at that. I just peeled open the back end here and yellow. Yes. It's semi-dried up, but it's usable. Okay. So now I'm just gonna use very small amount of this brighter yellow, very selectively.
Painting of yours.
My daughter's giving me compliments.
Which is very rare.
Yes, how on earth does that happen? Yeah, normally it's Dad's job to just suck, right? I'm the guy that says no. Get down from there. I'm such a drag.
Don't jump off of the cliff. You said that to me earlier. Not earlier today, but last week you said don't jump off the cliff.
Right. Yeah, you know,
And it would have
usually,
been fun to jump off the cliff.
usually not jumping off the cliff is sort of the right idea. But, you know, I'm just old and maybe a little risk averse, I don't know.
Hey, you want to hear a cool story? So my friend Jocelyn, she has a leopard gecko named Ziggy, and I was calling her on the phone, and she saw a painting I did of my lizard sideburns. He's a bearded dragon, and she said, "Wow, too bad you can't do one of Ziggy." And so I decided to do a painting of Ziggy, and I gave it to her today.
Yeah, I'm sorry we can't show off a picture of it because it was an exceptional painting. But,
Didn't you scan it?
I did, but I can't show it off easily this way. But let's just say that the way to get good is repetition. And anyone who is painting along with us, who's feeling a little discouraged, just keep doing it. Just just like with doing a bunch of tattoos. You eventually you get comfortable with the medium. You see what it can do. And if you can navigate tattooing, you can figure out painting.
What do you think that technique of approaching your painting with thin glaze is called?
You know, I should know what it's called, but I don't. I mean, I've always just referred to it as glazing. I know that the Flemish had their own terminology for it, but you know what I'm doing is strictly.
It kind of reminds me of when Mom gave me the coffee drink in our kid Alex, who's not alive anymore,
Okay,
but he snotted.
All right. Well, that has nothing to do with what we're talking. Oh, Flemish. All right. Okay. We do have a 9-year-old in the room. But yeah, that's the old Dutch way of painting, like Vermeer. Johannes Vermeer would be a notable example.
Yeah, you know, it's a good thing you're not looking into the camera because you're like at in the cave.
No, those are just extra long nose hairs.
Now you have a rat in the cave.
Yeah, that's the thing about the COVID beards. They are completely unkempt. And I know I don't have the only one, and so I don't feel that self-conscious about it.
No, Dad, it has nothing to do with facial hair. There's a bat in your cave.
Okay, well, Kai, thank you for telling everyone about
It's a great idea.
the bat in my cave. Excellent. Good to know that the reason to tell somebody they have a bat in their cave is that they can attend it before anyone notices, right? That's the idea. It's not necessarily say, oh, what am I saying? This is the kid that checked out at the Kroger. I whispered to her, man, I hope they hurry up. I really gotta drop dues. Hey, everybody! My dad has their food!
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Classic, right?
And I yelled stuff like that to the neighbors all the time. And once I even heard giggling coming from the neighbor's yard.
Okay, actually, what I think we're hearing here is signs of bedtime. Remember how I was saying I might have to step away at some point? That was why. And I may end up applying another coat to clear. And then I'll catch up with you all in a little bit.
I'm enjoying this. Change the subject. I wonder if anyone here actually will have like a sea turtle someday. What I mean is like the ice cream or the
Yeah, possible.
Yeah, just casually, like, usually I can't even say to my dad before we did this because I thought of it before then. Hey, maybe you could run to the dollar store, grab some vanilla ice cream and, turtle candies. And I just, like, it's not something that casual anymore.
No, things just aren't casual anymore. Yeah. Especially in the ice cream world. I was just talking about how I miss casual ice cream activities.
Like my friends, they both went out for ice cream together, and I was going to be invited except for they didn't, so I was just so jealous that I wasn't able to go get ice cream that they were.
Well, we're bad parents.
Planning on much money with my boring a 60-pound hen in the woods. So, funny story.
So, okay, I did make you a co-host.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So I think what that means is that if I happen to fall asleep in front of my computer, which is very likely to happen,
Yes.
then when you leave, if you just click like end the meeting, then it should like shut it off.
Okay, so I am just going to leave it running when I step away.
Cool.
And I am going to have to step away for a little bit, 30, 40 minutes. And then, but yeah, people can keep going. And as long as they want, and I will be coming back.
And you have it's plugged in for power? Or?
I am plugged in, yes.
Ah, perfect.
So, in theory, nothing can go wrong, right? Although, you know, I've been having difficulty lately with the being able to charge, and I don't know if anyone else has had this experience. It just pocket lint gets compacted into the charge port, right? And it's hard to get back out. You know, I'll use a paper clip and try to get it back out of there without it, damaging the port. But yeah, I've reached a point where my only year-old phone is like, no matter how bad I clean it, it still doesn't charge very well. So that's a bummer. I was just wondering if anybody knew any miracle solutions to that.
I don't think anyone does.
Be a little brush of alcohol and then blow on it really quickly before it corrodes anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm always nervous about putting liquids in
Yeah,
there, you know what I mean?
Are you talking about putting liquids in the charge port?
Well, it's going to need something, or else it's going to need a new charge port. Well, I've got one of those chargers that you can just set it on, and it takes forever.
Charge port. We might as well experiment on the old one. It might just work, and let's see if it doesn't. We'll just get that new charge port.
Well, it's not the cord I'm worried about, the alcohol, it's the port on my phone. I wouldn't put alcohol in there unless I was very careful about it. But it might be the thing I need to do. So, okay, I am going to, on that note, step away for a short while here, but I need to... I will still be plugged in here. My painting will silently be accompanying you guys. And yeah, I'll be rejoining in about 30-ish minutes. And I look forward to seeing how everybody's paintings are coming along. I don't know, Gabe, if you want to go through and kind of feature everybody.
Yeah.
Honk.
What's the first two?
Do you have any brushes that need cleaning?
Yeah.
Oh, they were all in there, right? So I don't. Okay, we're good. That's it. Okay. All right, see you guys soon.
The trees can't grow without the sun in their eyes. And how can we live if we're too afraid to die? First down on 35, supersonic over the drive. Rolling fast down on 35, and through the day and past the night. I want this life, I had it once before. Please, please, woman, I'll be home at 6. I dream of in this were coveted, speaking in tongues in the night. I wasn't having it. I could tell something wasn't right. Why don't you come to bed instead of stumbling into the light of medicine cabinets, shaking up pills left and right. Giving up the most, no one's gonna give you a better. Giving up the ghost, now when you're not to know. The competition rages, this not to the dance. The misery's contagious, and we all in this. Stop spitting out nothingness. Spitting out nothingness. It was a methanol, life on the exchange. I was a methanol, but half a mile. Between idle and the range, I was a methanol. Speaking in tongues in the night, yeah, who's giving up the most? I could tell something wasn't right. Oh, who's giving up the most? Speaking in tongues in the night, oh, who's giving up the most? You're stumbling into the light. Competition rages.
Hey, Mr. Chris Hall and everybody else, I'm gonna call it a night.
All right, man.
Friday,
Okay,
man.
cool.
Have a good night, bro.
Okay, man. Cheers.
Yeah, awesome, man. My wife's down there
Yeah.
calling for me.
See you tomorrow
I'm gonna
night.
go down there soon. All right, man. You guys have a good night, man.
You
Cheers.
too, Rob.
See ya, Rob.
Enjoy the night, guys.
only 15, girl. You ain't got no secretary. And the brain is a mighty big word for a country girl like you. But that's just your daddy talking. 'Cause he knows that blood red carpet and the sailor church of Christ. Ain't gonna ever see no wedding between me and you. Now. Zip City, it's a good thing that they built a wall around you. Zip up to Tennessee or zip right down to Alabama. I got 350 heads on a 305 engine. I get 10 miles to the gallon. I ain't got no good intention.
Hey, how's everyone doing here? I'm back.
Hey.
There you got it.
There you
Doing
go.
good.
Let's see. Yeah, I put a glaze on this. I might have to wait a couple minutes before I paint on it, but maybe we can take a minute to feature everybody. I know, Gabe, you still here?
Yep.
Gabe might have signed off for the evening.
Oh, nope. Still
Oh,
here.
you're still here. Awesome. Any chance we could kind of go through and feature everybody's painting, see where everyone's at?
Yeah. Well, so this is Melissa's.
Nice. Got a whole crashing wave there, sunset. Beautiful.
Just having some fun.
Oh, Fonz is off screen. Hold on a second here. Let me get.
Yeah.
Here, we'll come back real quick. There's.
I was just switching out to a different painting actually.
There's Chris's. Really nice. Cool effect. Very tactile. Oh yeah, look at that. Fun. Geometric madness.
Yep. Calling that one done.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Love the stalactites. Oh, nice. Yeah, I really can see his expression. I like the softer, more pastel color scheme in that one. All right, we got anybody else in the room?
No, I think that's everybody for now. Or Judy is here, but or still on it seems. But I think the giving up on the fight.
Next time.
Yeah. We'll master this fussy tech thing. I mean, really, it's about figuring out how to make it easy for others, and that's still hard. I mean, I struggle with new apps, so I get it. I already feel old sometimes. Yeah, I remember when I was trying to learn Procreate, and my daughter was already leaps and bounds ahead of me, so she's like, "No, Dad, you do it this way." Is Richie still with us, or is this recorded music, or what do we got now?
Yeah, I'm going through the Internet Archive, which has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bands I've never heard of.
Okay.
And then a bunch that I have. But we got an old Portugal the Man show.
Hello, Bonnaroo. We are Portugal the Man.
Hello, Bonnaroo.
Back. Please.
What's that? I just hear somebody say something.
Not sure. Sure.
So I've kind of reached that point where I'm not looking at my reference anymore, and I'm just adding stuff that's not in it. And from the get-go, there was no tracing or anything like. You all know already how I feel about using references, and I usually try to make sure I've redrawn it in my own hand. And so that's allowed, you know, some cool textures and things like that to come up that are kind of like, you know, my personal thing going into this. And I'm definitely curious to see how all you guys have done all the detail and whatnot in yours, since it's so hard to see on Zoom. This time I'm actually going to post mine. Sorry I've been so horrible about that lately. I haven't really had a chance to dial in my exercises to the extent that I'd like to, but I know that's no excuse.
lucky. I just feel that way. I'm on the bus to Atlantic City later on today. I have a seat at a blackjack table. Swear to God the dealer has a taxes and Mabel. Hit me. The smiling Mabel soon they're bringing complimentary drinks to the table. Players win, winners play on. Have a lucky day. Players win, winners play on. Have a lucky day. Have a lucky day. Mabel gives me.
All right, guys. I think I'm putting it down.
Yeah. Let's see where you're at.
Got this one, and I started back to this.
Pretty full night. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for shooting the fuck out, Gabe. I was actually sitting around figuring out what I was gonna do for the last 2 hours. So, good way to spend it. So, all right, guys. Well, take care. And be a little bit prepared to actually participate with the exercise.
Right on. Yeah. See you there.
All right. Well, have
Good
a
night.
good night.
Have a good night. See you later.
Bye. Good night.
Have a lucky day. Players win and winners play. Have a lucky day. Have a lucky day. Have a lucky day.
Thank you.
You know.
Did you record that? Good. From A to B. Special count off. 1. My brain was out of tune. My whole brain was out of tune. Hey, I don't know how to tune a brain. Do you? So I took it into a brain shop. I took it into a brain shop and they took one look and they said, we're gonna have to rebuild the whole head. And I said, well, do what you got to do. And you know what? When I got my brain back, it didn't work right. It didn't work right. I haven't had a good idea since I got it fixed. Sharks patrol these waters. Sharks patrol these waters. Don't let your fingers dangle in the water. And don't you worry about the Dayglow Orange Life Preserver. It won't save you. It won't save you. Swim for the shore just as fast as you are able. Swim like a motherfucker. Swim. Fast as that, the scene shifts to now, the ever-glorious now, the ever-present now. Dredged in flour and deep fat fried and cooled on paper towels and then devoured. You know, I spent 15 years in a life raft. 15 years in a life raft. Now I got something to say. Stay in your lifeboats, people. Stay in your lifeboats, people. It's murder out there, murder out there. Sharks patrol these waters. Sharks patrol these waters. Hey, don't you worry about the Dayglow Orange Life Preserver. It won't save you. It won't save you. Swim for the shore just as fast as you were able. Swim. The end.
I hear a voice in the back of the room. I hear a voice cry out, you want something good? Well, come on a little closer by the front of the stage. Yeah, come on a little closer, I got something to say. Well, I'll see, come on a little closer, I wanna see your face. Yeah, come on a little closer, I got something to say, come on. Well, you see a little devil and buena, buena. And since I met the devil, I'm putting the same on no. And look, feel alright, I have to tell you. I think it's time for me to finally introduce you to the buena, 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 good, good, good. Coming to me. Yeah, it's coming to me. Now I think I know what it is you need. Well, I know some people they wanna make you change and lie. I know how to make them go away. See a little devil and buena, buena. And since I met the devil, I'm been the same, oh no. And love feel alright, I have to tell you. I think it's time for me to finally introduce you to the buena, 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 good, good, good. Oh!
Say two.
She had black hair like ravens crawling over her shoulders. All the way down. She had a smile that swerved. She had a smile that curved. She had a smile that swerved all over the world. It's all wrong, all wrong, all wrong, all wrong. She had a way of making people feel could be around her as it should be. It's all wrong, all wrong, all wrong, all wrong, all wrong, all wrong, all wrong. I travel back in time. So the flips are switching. I collapse inside. It's all wrong, all wrong, all wrong, all wrong, all wrong, all wrong.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, guys.
Right on. Yeah, I'm getting real close myself. How's
That's
everyone
if
else
you're,
doing here?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yep.
Check it out. Yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, I'm running out of things to do. I was actually thinking about it, and I'm actually going to post it.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, it
Thank
does.
Yeah, that's great.
you. I appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing all yours posted so I can check them out in detail. And I am going to try to get up early to join Jake Meek session in the morning. But if I don't see you guys there, I will have our line drawing posted for tomorrow night. And it looks like the mathematical approach to one. So, outstanding, everyone. Thank you again for joining us, and see you guys in a few hours.
Awesome. Thanks again. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.